and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's top cut stream of our mid-season showdown, the first of the 2019 season here in Singapore, and I believe even the world.
Yeah,
According to Soon at least, and we always believe what Soon tells us regarding our tournaments. My name is Matthias,
and I am Justin, and we're here at the very wonderful venue of STGCC.
well, specifically the Marina Bay Sands Expo and Convention Center.
Yeah, well, definitely one of the better venues we've had the luxury of being able to host our event in.
Emphasis on the word luxury.
Okay, so today we'll be we'll be bringing you the match between Matthias and Harrold Khoo.
Yep, our top H set played on this side of the bracket because, well, things have already been decided on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, there have been, I think, a couple of two team sheet errors, I believe, which means Rain will move on to the semi-finals, as well as the opponent for Fama, which is JS.
Dale as well. So on this side of the bracket will be, as Justin has pointed out, it's going to be Harrold against
Matthias, we did see yesterday facing off.
We saw both players
Rain
yesterday. Harrold and Matthias both lost on stream, in fact. Ooh. Matthias dropping to Rain and Harrold dropping to Raylan. Oh, no, Harrold dropping to who was it again?
I cannot recall. Was it?
Martin Teo, yes.
Yes.
So both players actually lost their games but recovered in time to make their ways into top cut here. And they will face each other for a chance to advance to top 4. I mean, not huge championship points differential between top 8 and top 4, but every point counts in the long run.
Yeah, and
I needed every single point qualified last year, so
all hail delivered. Yeah, but it's also a bit of a bragging right. As said, this is the first event tournament, also hosting the VGC19 meta, which is really quite new. So being able to say that you are able to function in a meta that is not yet stable and able to find the correct choices for your team, I think is something that most players look forward to holding that to their name.
Definitely, we have yet to get access to the format on the Battle Spot ladder, so it's not that many avenues for players to practice and hone their skills in this particular format.
Mostly just Showdown, but I personally don't really think Showdown is good for practice, but it's not really good in. It doesn't give you much practice in terms of a
but players have
format.
Definitely gone to the theory. As far as theory concerns, they've worked on it, and we will see Harrold's team here as we saw yesterday, and we will see once again at top 8. No team sheet errors for both players, so all 12 mons on screen will be featured. Well, if they bring them. Suicune, Xerneas, Lunala, Incineroar, Ferrothorn, and the Smeargle.
Yeah, and Matthias is using the Incineroar, Kyogre, Yveltal, Pheromosa, Amoonguss, and the Ferrothorn.
So the Matthias team, as we saw yesterday, are extremely bulky, focused on the long game.
Yes.
He has berries on essentially everything
except
other than the Pheromosa, because it's Pheromosa, unless he wants to carry a Orca Berry for some reason.
I think it still dies to a Flare Blades, but yeah, well, yeah, as seen yesterday, Matthias prefers to play the long game, and even opting for recovery options like Roost on the Yveltal and Oblivion Wing as well.
Whereas Harrold's team, on the other hand, aims to blow the game wide open as quickly as possible, which is why he brings the Smeargle to spot his setup in the Xerneas and the extremely hard-hitting choice specs, Lunala.
Yeah, and I'm starting to come around to Lunala. I mean, I thought the typing was absolutely horrendous, but it is redeemed, yes, by the ability Shadow Shield, which means it can always take a hit.
Especially the Moonblast from Xerneas after the boost. It's going to be Amoonguss and the Yveltal. A lot of what we saw yesterday from Matthias, as Harrold goes to the Lunala and the Xerneas, immediately opening with both his legendaries, threatening big damage to the Lunala onto, well, the Amoonguss really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is an opportunity for Harrold to set up Geomancy. The Amoonguss can put the Xerneas to sleep and should also spot the clear smoke to remove
Matthias
the
has to be careful because essentially Harrold has revealed his hand almost immediately and shown Matthias the 2 mons that can immediately double and KO either of his mons. So if he makes a wrong move or opens himself to damage on either, Amoonguss can go down to a double up, as can Yveltal, so he has to be very careful. And at the same time, Yveltal on its own can't handle Lunala because of the Shadow Shield.
And
it's only targeted at being Snarl, so
Lunala goes for the side shot here into the Amoonguss, which protects. Will we see? Oh, Snarl! Okay,
so Snarl will break the Shadow Shield and do a good chunk of damage thanks to Lunala's abysmal typing. And drops Xerneas special attack as well.
Yeah.
But Xerneas is able to move here and fire off a Moonblast perhaps. But it actually goes straight for Geomancy, not giving. Well, I suppose he covered the Amoonguss with the side shot.
Yeah.
So realizing that the choice spec side shot would take the Amoonguss out in a single hit, he opts to go for the Geomancy, recognizing that Amoonguss has to protect or go down, and there's nothing Yveltal can do to deny the Geomancy, other than, well, reduce the boost to just a single special attack boost.
Yeah, I mean, most players calculate for a +2 boost on the Xerneas. A +1 might fall short, but I don't
it's
think
Yveltal.
so.
I
yeah,
really don't
exactly.
think I think it's more than enough. And now, Matthias is essentially forced to Rage Powder, or the Moonblast is going to wipe the Yveltal off the map.
The question I have is whether the side shot will be enough to take out the Mungus
So
at a
on its own,
-1.
it will.
And a
And with the
-1.
Moonblast.
Oh, okay. Or, I mean, Harrold could go for Dazzling Gleam, sort of covers both plays.
That's also true.
And
As
we'll-
yeah, he's forced to Rage Powder because recognizing that Moonblast will KO the Yveltal, he needs to at least force the Dazzling Gleam. As that's what Harrold goes for. I don't expect this to kill Yveltal. Thanks to the bulk Matthias has clearly invested.
Yeah, we'll trigger
But
the
the side shock will come in here and should finish off the Among Us.
As Yveltal eats
Though as
the
he pointed out, with the Snarl, maybe he can hang on here. Hanging on will be huge because he has the IR Purple Berry.
And no.
But it goes
Amogus.
down to the side shock. And we expect there to be another Snarl coming in.
Yes. Should KO the Lunala?
Yes. Oh, actually we're not sure.
I think it will.
Yeah, it
4
will
times
here.
weak,
4 times
boy.
weak, and the Shadow Shield, as we saw the previous hit, did about
And stab,
40%.
and stab, and Dark Aura.
That's true.
So, I mean, now the Xerneas does have a +2 special defense and a +2 speed, but neutral special attack.
But he's gotten rid of the Among Us,
Yes.
so... Well, I suppose there's nothing that can really take advantage of that other than Xerneas itself. And Ferroton can come in now for Matthias. So Harrold needs to cover the potential Ferroton. Probably with the Incineroar, you feel. Well, at the same time, does Matthias actually consider Xerneas that much of a threat anymore?
I don't think so, but he has to be concerned about whether he can KO the Xerneas, because if he makes a mistake of bringing the Ferroton and Harrold brings in the Incineroar to
There's the
check it
Incineroar.
out.
So do we see the Ferroton from... No, it's gonna be his own Incineroar, it looks like. So Matthias recognizing that the Ferroton doesn't want to sit in front of the Incineroar immediately. But at the same time, it does give Xerneas at least 2 more turns, barring this turns. And we see Matthias getting his Intimidate first.
I fully expect both players to just trade fake outs here, and then we'll see how the match proceeds from there.
Harrold could just go straight for the fake out onto the opposing Incineroar if he's confident he's faster.
I'm
Which
not
will
sure
give
that-
Xerneas a free turn to act.
I know, but I'm not sure you want to take that risk.
He's
and-
seen it go first with Intimidate.
Oh, right.
So question now is, does he know his own investment and is he confident that he outspeeds other Incineroar? As the Yveltal not even going to take the chance, just goes for the protect. As we see, Harrold goes for the fake out, and he does go for the fake out onto Incineroar. So Matthias recognizing that that's the likely play. But Moonblast goes for the Incineroar, and Harrold recognizing that Matthias would protect the Yveltal even without a boost. Look at that damage onto the Incineroar.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Harrold always makes very, very risky predictions with it, but it pays off here. I mean, I would rather go for the Dazzling Gleam on the off chance that the Yveltal doesn't protect, you know, you catch it. But
doesn't KO, but at least yeah. Because if you leave the Yveltal alone, that's a free Snarl. And your Xerneas becomes slowly less useful.
Yeah, less and less useful, yeah. Smeargle will come in here, Incineroar switching out.
Incineroar going to switch out here to the Ferroton. That's going to be
No,
the
it's Kyogre.
Kyogre. So he didn't even bring Ferroton for this matchup.
Ooh. Things could get.
Perhaps a bit worried about the Incineroar, which is fair, given how easily Incineroar deals with Ferroton.
Then now I'm a bit concerned about how Matthias is going to do his Xerneas, but
As Moonblast comes out, is it going to be into Kyogre? No, he picks off the Yveltal. As Yveltal goes down to the Moonblast, even without a boost, Yveltal, no matter how much you invest in it, it's still Dark type.
Yeah.
And if Xerneas still has that Fairy Aura, as Smeargle's Moody kicks in with the speed. Not that it matters against Matthias' team.
now I'm concerned because he didn't bring the Ferroton, which is able, which
Gyro
is one of
Ball,
the
yes.
biggest threats to the Xerneas.
And now the problem for Matthias is that he's going to get his entire team spot now.
That's one factor, but
Because the Kyogre is not scarfed.
going on to the Xerneas point, right? It has +2 special defense. It is super tanky against the Kyogre.
And he's given him rain.
Yeah, and Incineroar is stab attack Flare Blaze is not going to do any damage in this rain.
Yes,
I mean-
and the rain was brought by Matthias.
Yes, and knockoff is not very effective. And you have to deal with, as you pointed out, the spores coming out from the Smeargle. But okay,
Everyone
Harrold.
wants to cycle the fake outs, it looks like. But he had a fake out last turn actually. Oh no, Smeargle was on already. Yep.
He has a fake out live. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't need to switch out. But I guess the Intimidate on the opposing Incineroar is useful.
As fake out into the Incineroar.
My
So
god, he caught the
he
fake
caught
out.
the fake out onto the Smeargle, yep. As Moonblast into the Incineroar will finish it off, not giving it a chance to eat his berry. And it's going to be Kyogre against the world. He needs to land this Origin Pulse. At the same time, Xerneas already has the special defense boost.
Yes. So even with the rain boost, I don't
Ooh,
expect
that
it
is
to do much.
absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
The Xerneas taking nothing from that Origin Pulse, and now Smeargle can come in to spore the slower Kyogre.
Yeah.
Did he perhaps drop accuracy? Or was it just a straight call on the fake out?
He upped speed. I didn't see what he dropped, but I think it was a straight call on the fake out. And
So-
I mean, even if he has Xerneas, look at how much damage Xerneas took.
Yeah, he
That's-
just fake
that's
out.
nothing.
He can just fake out with Smeargle now. Or even just press White Guard and locks Kyogre out of all its attacks. All its strong
No,
attacks.
I mean, Kyogre does have Ice Beam, and we have seen that it is not choice lock, so
Well,
it can still switch moves around.
And Ice Beam from Kyogre can bring down the Xerneas on its own if certain things happen, as Harrold goes for second Geomancy to punish the Protect.
My word, I mean, he can do that because
Yeah,
he's
Harrold recognizes that Spore will give him a guaranteed free turn.
we do see a increase in attack and a drop in special defense. Not too.
Well, a drop in speed there would have been slightly
Yes.
problematic, considering he went for a Geomancy. But Harrold, confident in his place, goes for the second Geomancy to lock the game up, recognizing that he can spore the Kyogre this turn.
Yeah. I mean, you were discussing before about how Spore isn't a very reliable control mechanic.
That guarantees you one turn.
Yes. And in this case, Harrold is able to pull off a very cheeky second Geomancy with this small play. I mean, I don't think he has to. I just think he can just whittle down the Kyogre quite easily.
But it's a guaranteed. It's almost
Yes.
guaranteed because the Kyogre wants to protect from the fake out.
And I mean, if you call to protect and the Spore is not going to land, might as well do something with your free turn.
Yep. So Jonas gets the Geomancy off, goes to +4 special defense, doubles his special attack
And
again.
actually that could be quite important because on the off chance Smeargle goes down, right? Based on the damage that Xerneas was taking, I don't think a +2 is enough because he'll be taking single target damage as well at that point. So Spore will land.
And give Kyogre a guaranteed turn of sleep. So here the disadvantage of a slow Kyogre coming to bite Matthias. Though at the same time the Scuff would run into the problem of White Guard, so it's not the hard and fast rule to say that this Kyogre is definitely the worst option
Yeah.
than the Scuff.
I think the way Matthias plays, having the options to switch between moves and protect as well is really quite valuable for him. So I don't disagree with his choice of not putting a Scarf on the Kyogre. Just
Smeargle showing the follow me to disrupt any potential score from Matthias.
or Ice Beam freezes. Yeah.
Yeah, or Ice Beam freezes, definitely.
You'll see
I
a
think the
Moonblast.
problem with Ice Beam freeze is probably Matthias' best way out at this point. As Moonblast takes out 80% of Kyogre, drops his special attack for good measure, reveals the berry, but another Moonblast will do it.
Yeah. Will he get one turn steal? He does get the one turn steal and goes
Does
for
go
the
for
Ice
the Ice Beam. So Harrold once again making sure there's no room for things to go wrong. And Smeargle actually does get frozen. So a very crucial follow me there from the Smeargle.
Beam. I mean, Matthias be a deer and just scored to thaw out the Smeargle.
He's not gonna get the chance though.
Yeah, Xerneas will lock up this game. I mean, what was their meme? Harrold Ultra Instinct. He knew the Ice Beam was going to freeze, so he followed me away from the from the Xerneas, which was his win condition.
Oh,
Absolutely
accidentally
phenomenal.
executed.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Covered everything. So Harrold ensuring that nothing can go wrong in this particular game. And Matthias is going to have to go back to the drawing board because certainly his means of dealing with Xerneas, he didn't account for the double up of the Lunala Xerneas to cover the Among Us, definitely.
Yeah, a very aggressive lead by Harrold nets him a very
But at the same time,
good
it's not
momentum.
it's not that risky because as you pointed out, Shadow Shield covers the Lunala. So he's always going to get a turn. And if you double up into the Lunala, oh, there's still the Xerneas there.
And I mean, I think Matthias might have to should consider bringing the Ferrothorn along. That seems a more prudent choice. It resists whatever Xerneas can throw at
And
it. It cannot be spot,
Yes.
and it does have the Gyro Ball to throw at the Xerneas. He has to be concerned about the Smeargle following away the attack of the Gyro
But Gyro Ball
Ball.
will still do more than enough to Smeargle,
Yes.
barring some catastrophic speed drops.
Yeah, and I mean, you should try to gear the rest of your team to take out the Smeargle so that your Ferrothorn can destroy the Xerneas unimpeded.
I think it's fair to say that Matthias, I don't think has the double kick on his Pheromosa, or he will be bringing it to handle the Smeargle.
Yeah. I mean, even back in the day, most players didn't really run the
There was
double kick for Sash, right?
Some players did believe that if you could get the knockout on Katana, double kick was worth it, though it was tough to invest that much to get the double kick knockout on Katana.
And
But here though, you don't really need to invest to get the KO on Smeargle. So if you think Smeargle is a big enough deal, it is an option. But if Matthias isn't bringing Pheromosa, I suspect he doesn't have that option.
I mean, off tangent a bit, it's like, what was he thinking putting Pheromosa in the team? Like, what was it supposed to cover that the rest of his team can't? Because it feels to me like this Pokemon can be replaced by something more useful, more bulky, like maybe a Cresselia.
I'm sure he has his reasons to cover certain matchups where the offense is more useful and the speed for that matter. Since his team, as we see, is really
generally
slow.
quite slow. Yes. So Yveltal Among Us again for Matthias here with Xerneas Smeargle. Ah, the classic. What was it? 2016.
Yeah, the classic 2016 lead. Smeargle having options of Fake Out, Follow Me, Spore onto the Yveltal.
The Spore might not
Spore
be
will
such
go
a good
into
play.
the Rage Powder,
Yes.
true. But if he goes into Rage Powder, sure. If Among Us pressing Rage Powder, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So we do see the
Smeargle goes for the Crafty Shield to block the Spore, but he doesn't block Clear Smog. Harrold, be careful.
It doesn't block the
doesn't block Snarl either. So if Matthias doubles out with the Snarl and the Clear Smog, he's in a very good position. Effectively negating everything Harrold does this turn.
Harrold is really banking on the fact that Spore is coming instead of a Clear Smog.
Yeah, Harrold hoping to catch, but at the same time, if Matthias predicts the Follow Me, I think he still goes for damage onto the Smeargle. In with the Clear Smog, in which case, Clear Smog might land on Xerneas. We're about to find out here. But that was again a huge attempted read by Harrold. And we'll see.
Does he pay off?
He does pay off. He does the Spore onto the Crafty Shield. And Smeargle's Moody will kick in here and give it defense. Well, not gonna allow it to survive Snarl next turn.
Okay, but now the problem is that he doesn't have a way to get rid of Among Us. Among Us can just easily...
If he has Helping Hand, he can actually clear the field of the Yveltal. But Yveltal can protect.
Yeah.
So now he'll follow me with Smeargle to draw the...
to draw the Clear Smog.
But he'll go down to Snarl actually. So actually no, that's actually not ideal. He needs to protect Xerneas and sack Smeargle.
Which is... Okay, Yveltal is going to protect here. So actually the Follow Me play would make sense here.
Yeah, so actually Matthias giving him the free turn.
I was a bit concerned because in the first game he had a very strong way
Xerneas
to
goes for
deal.
the Moonblast into the Yveltal, actually going into the protect. As Spore into the Smeargle this time. Won't catch the Smeargle and... But now the Yveltal can't protect next turn. So Among Us has to Dazzling Gleam. Among Us has to Rage Powder. Or Moonblast will KO the Yveltal, in which case the Xerneas doesn't really care.
I think Matthias' best option is to switch into something that resists Moonblast, preferably the Ferrothorn. And
he can Rage Powder and Snarl, and I suspect that's a play, but it doesn't really hurt Harrow's position that much. Because it doesn't get rid of the Xerneas. The Yveltal will take so much damage from the Dazzling Gleam if it comes out.
And Xerneas will still be at a net neutral because the Snarl will hit first and then the Clear Smog. If it had been the other way around, then Xerneas would be a -1, for example.
If he Clear Smogs, then Moonblast KOs the Yveltal. So that's it's a tough situation for Matthias, even though he does land the Spore this time.
Smeargle going to attempt the move here, but still
attempts to use Follow Me, but yeah, Among Us doesn't want to let his Yveltal go down to the Moonblast. As yeah, Harrold goes for the Moonblast, hoping to catch a cheeky Clear Smog or Spore from the Among Us. But he will get his last special attack boost now out of the way. So a missed chance for Dazzling Gleam there. But at the same time, Harrold gets a free switch in to the Lunala.
Yeah, that will first of all threaten the... Oh, okay, I mean not so much threaten the Among Us now because with the +2 speed, Xerneas will move first. So Among Us can still reliably redirect Xerneas Fairy type attacks. And Lunala will be able to follow up by killing the Among Us, but yeah, Yveltal will still be relatively untouched.
So another question for Matthias, does he want to protect the Yveltal? Because if he goes for protect and maybe a Spore, he does stop.
I don't think so.
Well, that goes down to the side shot.
Yeah, Among Us is pretty much dead at this point, unless he switches
he
it
could
out.
protect the Among Us though, hoping to catch a double up into the Among Us.
Then you...
But then you probably go down to the Moonblast onto the Yveltal, so... Yeah, Harrold goes for the Moonblast and side shot probably. So question is Matthias, who does he want to lose?
Yeah. Actually I don't know. I think Harrold might go for Dazzling. He does want maybe to...
because I think Matthias will get a Snarl off this turn again, which will go a long way.
Yeah.
But then it kind of forces Matthias to Rage Powder and Snarl, which can be punished by the Dazzling Gleam.
Yes. And we do
Let's
see the
go for Rage Powder. So Harrold's Xerneas here, the most crucial, goes for the Dazzling Gleam, so punishes the Rage Powder. Well played by Harrold. Gets damage on the Yveltal, doesn't activate the berry, thanks to the fact that Snarl brought his special attack this low. And Side Shot removes the Among Us. And the problem for Snarl, of course, is that it doesn't really change the fact that Matthias' mons are slower than Harrold's.
I mean, I want to highlight the importance of Harrold actually getting damage on the Yveltal because he had gone for Moonblast there. And if the game drags on long enough and Xerneas is like at -2, he might be able to... Moonblast might become a 3 KO on the Yveltal, for example. And that's with triggering berry.
No. Moonblast will never be a 3 KO on the Yveltal.
I'm just saying with enough special attack drops, Matthias might be in a...
And Incineroar will come in here. But Well, it's time for Lunala to switch. Locked into side shot against 2 dark Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean the the logic for having it stay is that, you know, it is immune to fake out, so Incineroar cannot stop it.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, Lunala can't do anything. So a switch here would be
Forced to
prudent.
switch here. But again, Matthias has to punish the switch. But does he want to leave the Xerneas alone? At -1? Well, perhaps.
I think you protect the Xerneas. You don't want to get
But then it's a guaranteed punish on your switch in though.
I think you take it, because at this point Yveltal is just going to snarl, and you don't want to give free negative drops.
So I suppose if you intimidate the Incineroar, I think Xerneas could go for the attack.
No, because I'm thinking of
fake
the
out though.
fake out and snarl.
Yeah,
which
actually
is-
no, he does open himself to the fake out.
Yeah, so he will be at -2 at this point. Oh no, actually Yveltal goes for the rules here.
I think a Snarl would have been more better use of his time. Considering 2 Moonblast would bring him down anyway. He just buys the single turn from Moonblast, and now fake out becomes an issue.
Yeah, importantly though, Yveltal hasn't eaten its berry yet, so he has that going for it.
Harrold could double up onto the Incineroar again if he predicts the Yveltal to protect. That's what he did in game 1.
I don't think he'll be able to take out the Incineroar, but yeah, that will be a prediction that I think Harrold might be willing to make.
So Matthias does have one option to switch at the back. As Yveltal does go for protect again, so Matthias leaving himself open to a potential punish.
Does Harrold? Yeah,
As
does.
fake out goes into the Yveltal. As Xerneas goes for the second Geomancy.
Okay.
Harrold has shown that he's willing to get the second boost if he needs to. As Incineroar U-turns out, but unless it's a Ferrothorn, that isn't that much that... Well,
I
if
hope
it's
it's not.
Ferrothorn.
I hope it's not a Ferrothorn. It's staring in the Incineroar.
Incineroar, that's true. It needs to be Kyogre. Yeah, it is Kyogre, but... So this is going to have 4 stages of special defense by the time Kyogre moves. It's time to go back to the ice, I suppose.
I mean, things are still not too bad for Matthias, because no matter how many times
Yeah, Xerneas
Harrold,
will not move next turn.
yeah, and no matter how many times Harrold boosts, right, he is not able to recover HP on the Xerneas. So his strategy of just slowly chipping away at the Xerneas is fine. He just needs to maintain that Xerneas doesn't get too strong in the special attack department.
Now Incineroar gets to knock off, I suppose. Oh, well, Incineroar will probably not survive an Origin Pulse.
Yeah, and then it'll be down to Lunala and Xerneas, and yeah, Matthias can slowly chip the game away from there by
Still
getting rid
though,
of all
the speed-
Xerneas
The
partners.
speed advantage is still going to give Harrold the edge.
For sure.
As I think Yveltal has to snarl here.
Yeah, to try to bring Harrold's Xerneas to the neutral level of special attack.
It's decent damage thanks to the Dark Aura.
Yep.
And with the crit, of course. So yeah, so as you pointed out, every chip matters at this point. Now Origin Pulse comes out from the Kyogre, does connect on the Xerneas, will take out the Incineroar, barring a partial, which you didn't see. As Xerneas will shrug that off with the +4, but every bit of damage brings Xerneas closer and closer to the brink.
I mean, I can't really argue against the Geomancy because the special defense boost is going a long way. But Harrold is not outputting enough damage, and now he is bringing a Lunala that has his shield broken against a Yveltal.
I think he's fine though, because now he has a Moonblast which will KO the Yveltal, and a potential electric attack onto the Kyogre. If he has Thunder, I think that KOs. But well, that means he has to carry Thunder, which is not the most
very-
reliable
yeah.
move without a Kyogre. But then again, you're only bringing it for Kyogre.
No, I mean Lunala has other things it checks.
As
Things
Yveltal not wanting to get Moonblasted, but hey, if Matthias opening himself out to be doubled up on the Kyogre, but doesn't actually. Looks to see what the Lunala locks himself
yeah,
into.
never drop your guard, Matthias.
But now he guarantees a hit next turn because now neither can protect.
Focus Blast, the choice for Lunala here.
Wanting to take out the Incineroar at the back.
Yeah. And it is, I suppose, neutral against
But now
the
Yveltal is guaranteed to go down. Or that slot is guaranteed to go down.
Yeah.
Actually no, you ignore the Yveltal. See, Yveltal's doing the least damage right now.
But the Snarl though, the Snarl is just going to make the rest of Matthias' team just be able to weather the storm here.
As Dennis goes for Moonblast, who does he go for? Is it going to be the KO on the Yveltal? No, goes for the Kyogre. It's going to be about 60%. Not even, after the boost. As Focus Blast, they will connect onto the Yveltal. Is that going to be enough from Khoo? No way. That's the special defense drop.
Yeah.
But another Snarl is going to come in and KO the Lunala.
Lunala, yeah.
And, well, it's hard to see how Harrold's going to get enough damage now that Xerneas is back at neutral. I think he had to double up on something there.
I think the Yveltal would have been a good choice to double up on. 12 HP, yeah, it's not looking too good.
He's going to need a crit on Dazzling Gleam. on the Kyogre.
Oof.
Actually, I don't think that's enough, given that it's a neutral. So it's gonna be a game 3, and I think Harrold kind of threw this one away.
Oh, look at that damage. And then we do see Oblivion Wing finishing off the game here for Matthias. I don't think
Focus Blast was the answer.
Thunderbolt actually will hit Yveltal as well. Super effective and maybe bring it out.
Considering how much Focus Blast did, yeah, Thunder would have gotten the KO.
Or Thunderbolt. But
The Thunderbolt wouldn't, because of the base power difference.
It's difficult because Harrold was able to win game 1 with the Xerneas setup. And I think he's able to do it, but he cannot let Yveltal keep snarling his team just like that. Sure, he gets special defense boosts, but he doesn't have the insane levels of recovery. He doesn't have the same levels of recovery on his team as Matthias does. So he has to set up and he has to punch through Matthias' team quickly before Matthias chips away at too much of his offense.
If he calls the Spore immediately, like in game 2, actually, isn't he just better off killing the Yveltal immediately with a Moonblast?
Yeah, I think Harrold has to.
Oh, but he's slower. Yeah, he's slower, that's why. The
Harrold,
Snarl comes before he attacks.
I don't think the Lunala Xerneas was a bad pick because the issue is that Amogus is wreaking havoc on the team. And sure, Smeargle can sort of control Amogus for a bit with the fake
He has to call every turn perfectly.
Yes.
He has to call the Crafty when the Spore comes in. He has to call the Follow Me when the Clear Smog comes in.
Whereas Lunala can just at least sit there and guarantee Amogus is not going to do anything or is going to like shake in fear.
We saw in game 2, he got 1. He got the turn 1 Spore, but he clearly called the turn 2 Clear Smog. And unfortunately, he got Spored that time. So
I think Harrold needs to make Matthias' moves uncertain. He needs to make Matthias question himself, and then there will be a chance that Matthias will then drop his guard and then he can find an opening that he can exploit.
yeah, he really needs to go back to game 1 is just more simple for him.
Yes.
He guarantees KOs on either, which forces Matthias to react. Whereas in game 2, the Smeargle, Matthias forces the Smeargle to react to him.
We'll see the same lead once again for Matthias. No change whatsoever.
He wants to snarl immediately. He wants to snarl the Xerneas immediately. And yeah, Harrold goes back to the game 1 lead of Lunala Xerneas. The side shot onto the Amogus, locking out the Rage Powder, and the guaranteed Geomancy through the snarl.
And Snarl will not destroy the Lunala despite the 4x weakness because Shadow Shield.
Doesn't KO actually, even without Shadow Shield. Almost though. It does about 40-45. Snarl.
Expect it though, because of the Dark Aura, and Yveltal does have pretty good.
I don't think Matthias has trained his Yveltal all the way on
Seems
special
rather
attack.
bulky, yeah. So how does Matthias react here? Does he try to save Amogus? Does he?
I mean, he could go straight for the Incineroar switch. That's one way to get if the Side Shock is coming. He could double protect, but in front of a Geomancy, he maybe not. He does protect though, but doesn't protect the Yveltal.
Yeah.
So Harrold goes for a Focus Blast, connects. Oh, goes for the predicts the Incineroar immediately. As Yveltal goes for the Snarl, and now Amogus is extremely safe.
Yes.
Harrold has gambled on turn 1 onto Incineroar switch and didn't get it.
Geomancy will come out here, but yeah, no way to redirect the Clear Smog, no way to redirect the Spore. I think Xerneas gonna have to protect while Lunala switches out.
The hardest of reads from Harrold and just does not pay off.
Yeah, Matthias stands his ground, protects the Mushroom, sees what sort of gambit Harrold is willing to play, and is going to punish him in this second turn.
Again, the drawback of having the choice specs on Lunala, your opponent can just protect to scout your move.
Yes.
And Lunala's moves are not quite that spammable. There's always usually something on your opponent's team that can resist Lunala's choice
in this case, if Lunala went for the side shot, then Matthias knows that Incineroar
but
is a
now
very
he can
safe
actually
retreat.
he can force a Rage Powder because if he doesn't Rage Powder, Focus Blast and Dazzling Gleam will KO the Yveltal.
Does he know that though? Or he can always bang on the Focus Blast missing.
For that matter, he has to Rage Powder the Moonblast no matter what.
So Xerneas should be able to fire off, but Lunala will retreat.
Yeah, it's a bit of a guessing game because if Matthias calls the switch, then he should be attempting to spot the Xerneas.
Xerneas is going to go for the protect here, so very defensive play from Harrold.
As Yveltal goes for the protect. Oh, that's not quite what you want to see. Now, Harrold will get the target onto the Yveltal as Spore comes in to punish the switch.
Ooh, lands onto the Smeargle slot.
But now, Harrold has a very simple Dazzling Gleam, and the Among Us has to Rage Powder it away. Which means free damage on Yveltal, no matter
For
what.
fear of Moonblast?
For fear of Moonblast.
The Smeargle though, I think is just...
So it's going to be a 50-50 next turn for Matthias. Does he want to Rage Powder attempted Moonblast? Or does he call the Dazzling Gleam and punish the Xerneas?
with the Spore. I think you...
Matthias, of course, has erred very much on the side of caution so far.
I don't know what's the safe play.
I think it is Rage Powder. Because you guarantee your Yveltal will survive, no matter what.
Smeargle though, I don't think will be able to have a very big impact on this game.
Yeah, hasn't even taken his first turn of sleep. Attempts his first turn of sleep here. Does Among Us go for Rage Powder? Goes for Rage Powder. Does Harrold at least get the Dazzling Gleam damage onto the Yveltal? Goes for the Dazzling Gleam, gets the damage on Yveltal, brings it down below half. Oh no, triggers the berry. That's not what he wanted to see. I suppose another Dazzling Gleam. Oh, not after the Snarl that's incoming.
Yeah.
Snarl will come in here. Doesn't miss the Xerneas. Xerneas goes down to neutral. As Smeargle actually might be able to take another one. Especially if the special defense goes up. As Smeargle's Moody will kick in, and it's going to be accuracy. Well, not what you wanted to see. And well, drops evasiveness, so
Snarl is
can't
guaranteed,
miss.
yeah, guaranteed to hit now. Oof. I mean, back in the day, we would cheer when we saw accuracy increase because it meant that Dark Void would be 100%.
So now if Harrold wants to KO Yveltal, he has to go for Moonblast. But that will go into a Rage Powder. And Matthias has shown that he's willing to press Rage Powder for the damage and the drops on the Xerneas.
I think Harrold just...
I mean, Harrold could kill Mancy again.
Oh, I don't think that's the play.
But to make that play, he needs to wake up with Smeargle in the next 2 turns.
I don't think that's the play because by the time you Geomancy at this turn, Yveltal will just Snarl you twice, and not only do you lose your coveted attack bonuses,
going to protect
but
itself.
it's just damage. Okay.
As the Xerneas didn't protect itself. As Smeargle does wake up though, and goes for the Crafty Shield to block a Spore.
Ooh.
I don't think, Smeargle doesn't mind. I don't think Xerneas really minds taking the Clear Smoke this time. As Moonblast into the Yveltal, but the Spore is going to be blocked by the Crafty Shield.
Yeah.
As Smeargle does wake up and going to get another Moody boost. It's going to be special attack. Wow.
Drops accuracy this time.
Now Spore is, well, he got
a 2
got
plus
a
2
boost,
accuracy, so
yeah.
it's still +1.
So he's still
fine.
guaranteed to hit with Spore if he goes for it. But without the speed, he's still outsped by the Yveltal. Or is he? Actually, we haven't really seen them go head to head, have we?
And we won't, because Smeargle switches out.
Incineroar comes in, hoping to catch the Among Us. Is Xerneas going to protect itself? So Harrold going to have access to Fake Out next turn. But if Among Us goes for the safe Rage Powder. Again, does Harrold punish it with the Dazzling Gleam? He does. So Matthias walking into 2 Dazzling Gleams with the Rage Powder. Gets the critical hit? No, that's just damage. Yep. As Oblivion Wing comes out. And well, this is going to heal a little bit, but not as much as he would have liked.
Yeah, decent chunk. 60 damage
but
there.
It's now in Dazzling Gleam KO range.
Yes, so Rage Powder won't be able to save him. So I think the play would be to...
And now Harrold has a fresh Fake Out, so...
Yes. Not only that, Flare Blitz as well.
The switches, he has to think about switching at this point. But who does he want to save? Does he want to regenerate with the Among Us? Or save the Yveltal? But once Yveltal leaves the field, that means Xerneas is not going to get any more special attack drops.
Yes.
But it's going to be Yveltal leaving the field, so no more Snarls for now. KOGA comes in to potentially take a neutral Dazzling Gleam. But does stop Rage Flare Blitz though, so that's an option.
Yeah.
But that's might be trying to spot the Xerneas here, hoping to survive Flare Blitz.
Will we see a Fake Out come out?
But no, Among Us actually switches out. It's going to be the Incineroar of his own to intimidate Harrow's own Incineroar. And give him access to Fake Out next turn. Incineroar does go for Fake Out. And it's going to be a simple Dazzling Gleam. No, it's going to be a second Geomancy.
My word.
Yeah, but he's going to be faked out.
Yes. And it's going to be...
Stuck for 2 more turns. And I think that's a huge blunder from Harrold.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I disagree with going up for the Geomancy again. I mean, he probably didn't expect the Among Us to switch out.
So Orchid Pulse comes out, misses the Incineroar, so that's a knockoff onto the KOGA most likely, and a bit of damage on the Xerneas. And Incineroar goes for his own Snarl, so Xerneas might just stick around. Especially since the rain is going to stop Matthias Flare Blitz from doing much to the Xerneas.
Yeah. And after this turn, Xerneas is going to be at +4. Should be able to take Origin Pulse.
If it survives.
Very comfortable.
It's going to be Flare Blitz and Origin Pulse. And it's going to be close, I suspect.
No, I mean it has a +2 speed already. It'll definitely pull off the Geomancy.
He will get the Geomancy, but will it survive the turn? The Flare Blitz in particular, even if it is in the rain, still a strong move.
Yes.
And in combination with the Origin Pulse, he doesn't complete the Geomancy.
Oh.
It actually stops it from finishing, it looks like. Well, that's a mechanic we didn't know.
Now we do. Origin
But
Pulse
that's
will
plus
connect.
2.
No. Xerneas is at -1 special attack because of...
But no, but Xerneas is only at +2 special defense.
Ah.
And here's got the Flare Blitz coming in. It's going to be
U-turn.
U-turn though. I think Flare Blitz might have KO'd.
Well,
And he doesn't have a fake out reason to bring in.
he has Among Us, I guess, to draw away the single target Moon
And
Blast.
Incineroar is down, at least. So Among Us doesn't have much to worry about. Except Lunala, which is coming in now. So, well...
You bring Yveltal then, I suppose. And with a -1, you just now hope you can survive the Moon Blast.
No, Among Us will come in, but here's Lunala. I mean, he has to bring in Lunala unless he wants to fake out the Among Us. But it doesn't do anything to the Kyogre with his Xerneas now.
Yeah, -1 Xerneas, not the strongest players.
Yeah, Lunala forced to come in here. Since Smeargle can't really support a Xerneas that doesn't have a boost.
I mean, Matthias can just do the same thing here, protect the Among Us to bait out the Psy Shock. And
Psy Shock is going to chunk the Kyogre too though. I think he has a Rage Powder because the Psy Shock is going to be targeting the Kyogre.
I don't think the Psy Shock will kill the Kyogre though.
It's going to do a huge chunk. And a double up will KO Kyogre. So that's what he has to worry about if he doesn't Rage Powder.
I mean, he could protect the Kyogre as well. He's not choice locked.
That's true, but does he really want to go for Spore at this point? Because the Psy Shock will just remove the Among Us. So yeah, it's a tough decision for both players who have their outs, but it's going to be Protect. So does he Psy Shock into the Among Us? For Harrold, that's what he needs to do. If he gets Spot here, he's in trouble, but it's going to be a double Protect. So Matthias once again scouting the lock for the Lunala.
Yeah.
It's going to be the... Okay, the Lesson Game comes out. That's a safe play from Harrold for the Xerneas.
What does Lunala
As
lock?
Lunala locks itself into Moongeist Beam.
Oh. Very sort of safe-ish.
The safe, yeah. Harrold going for the safest play possible. Potentially, actually, will get a kill on Kyogre if he doesn't Rage Powder though. If he does Rage Powder, the combination of Dazzling Gleam and Moongeist will KO the Among Us.
Yeah, I think he Rage Powders and Origin Pulse should pick up the kill on Xerneas and Lunala, especially since Lunala does not have its
Shadow Shield.
Shadow Shield anymore.
If it connects. So I think it's a very safe Rage Powder Origin Pulse.
Yeah, I mean the odds of landing the Origin Pulse are pretty okay.
But it's a switch of Kyogre.
That's a bit strange.
If he doubles up into Among Us here, this
Could be bad, yeah.
seems unnecessarily safe from Matthias. As Moongeist Beam comes out, who does he target though? If it's the Among Us, he's in good shape. But if it's the Yveltal, well, it's a wasted turn for Harrold. Oh, he gets the switch, but Yveltal will go down.
Oof. Not very effective.
It's low enough on HP as it is. As Spore comes out, oh, it does connect onto the Lunala, gets the target, and well, I think Matthias has sewn this one up. But a strange play this turn.
I think it's fine because Among Us, the Spore.
Yes, I mean sure he resets the rain, but it's not like Lunala can stall out the rain with a Protect anyway.
I mean, he probably just wanted to Spore Lunala because he knows the Lunala cannot protect. And
but if he doubled up onto the Among Us, that was it for Among Us.
Yeah, Harrold, not his plays have sort of diminished in
in the
impact.
course of this set. That Focus Blast on turn 1 really didn't pay off.
He really takes the detriment of being choice locked, and Matthias just exploited that.
Yeah,
You see
Xerneas forces
Dazzling
Dazzling Gleam given the Rage Powder. It's going to do a little bit of damage to Kyogre. Thanks to the Snarl. Lunala takes his first turn of sleep. And Origin Pulse, if it connects, which it does.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm not sure I would have gone for Origin Pulse to be honest. As Lunala actually hangs on.
But with 5 HP
Oh,
and no
imagine if he
spread moves.
Imagine if he had missed the Xerneas though.
Yes. That would have been a way for Harrold to squeeze
That
on
was,
through the rest of the match.
That was a bit dangerous for Matthias. If he has a Skull, even Ice Beam I think KOs Xerneas at that point.
Yeah, 30 HP. Yeah,
Going for
no
the
problem.
85% chance. really not how he would have wanted to end a set. But he gets it, sure,
yeah,
but
it works out.
that must not, that seemed a bit unnecessary. That seemed unnecessarily risky for a player who's played so safe this set.
Maybe Matthias is just tired of playing safe and just wants to end the set as quickly as possible. You know what I mean?
Smeargle does go for follow me, hoping to catch the guaranteed move this time from Matthias. Lunala needs to wake up though, as Rage Powder comes out.
Yeah, so even if he does wake up, the Lunala will kill the Among Us.
But Lunala stays asleep anyway, as Origin Pulse probably gonna clear the field. But he goes for the Thunder, which can't miss, so no worries about that. Will KO the Smeargle, barring some crazy special defense, which it does not have since this is his first turn. And Lunala unable to use spread moves, doesn't learn effective spread moves, hasn't locked himself into a spread move anyway. Will not be able to take this game for Harrold, even if he wakes up.
So Matthias takes the set 2-1, coming back from Harrold's phenomenal game 1.
Yeah, the game 2 didn't really have the answers by leading the Smeargle instead of the Lunala. He gave Matthias a very predictable few early turns. As Moonguy's Beam shows, he was able to 2-hit KO but not quite get the 1-hit KO. And Matthias moves on to top 4.
Yeah.
Ooh. Though again, I really worried that Origin Pulse turn seems so dangerous.
For sure.
Because he didn't even get the hit. I mean, if you needed to get the KO on both, sure. But he didn't even get the knockout on Lunala, which means he needed the KO on the Xerneas, in which case just go for the Thunder on the Xerneas.
Or the Scout, as you pointed out, or Ice Beam. Yeah, at that HP range, Xerneas is not going to be...
Oh, he doesn't have Skull. It's Origin Pulse, Thunder, Ice Beam.
Protect.
So yeah, Thunder. Should just Thunder the Xerneas for a guaranteed hit. I mean, he wanted to reset range, sure, but still...
I'm a bit disappointed that Matthias, that Harrold didn't go for Ferrothorn, perhaps.
Well, Ferrothorn kind of plays into Matthias' hands. We saw what happened when Rain tried to play Ferrothorn against Matthias. Just got ground out.
I mean, you do have...
And Matthias was bringing the Incineroar.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get rid of the Incineroar with your Xerneas +2, you can sort of beat the Kyogre, and you can threaten the Yveltal with the Gyro Ball. I think the problem was that Harrold's strategy mainly relied on the Xerneas. And
that's fine.
Matthias was able to identify that and just keep nerfing Xerneas' attack boost.
And really, it came down to 2 plays from Harrold. The Focus Blast on turn 1 and the attempted second Geomancy.
Yes.
When the Incineroar switched it, that was a colossal mistake.
Fake out to disrupt the Geomancy. I mean, he was freed from it the next turn.
But but at the same time, he couldn't get that +2.
Yes, and he committed on the first turn already, so not getting it, despite the commitment, is definitely a blow to him.
So, well, small margins really, separating
mean,
the 2 players.
Based on typing, you would think Xerneas would have the advantage over Yveltal, but this set kind of highlights to me that Yveltal can still pull its weight against the Xerneas. The style really comes in handy. Imagine if the Xerneas had +2 and was able to just KO things with Dazzling Gleam.
It's just a stopgap measure. You really can't be relying on that. I think in order for Matthias to get where he did with this set with the Yveltal against Xerneas, he had to rely on Harrold misplaying. Harrold did, but on his own, no way Yveltal sitting in front of Xerneas. The fact that Matthias' best game plan was to sit Yveltal in front of Xerneas tells me his team didn't have a good game plan for Xerneas in the first place.
That's not exactly true. He had Ferrothorn, but I sort of wonder why he didn't bring it at all, because that seems like a better way to deal with the Xerneas.
Ferrothorn can't really stick repeated Moonguy's beams.
That is true, but at least he can take 1, whereas the Amogus will just die to a side shot.
And Lunala might carry HP Fire, so...
Oof. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, we will be moving on to... I'm not sure which semifinals will be coming up next.
An interview with Harrold.
Yeah, interview with Harrold.
So stay tuned.
And we are back here with Harrold, who unfortunately will not proceed on, losing the set 2, Matthias 1-2. Well, so how do you feel after that series of matches?
That was actually a very good matchup. I mean, a good set because both. I mean, he played very well too because he actually adjusted to my ballsy or greedy plays.
Yes,
And
very greedy, I must say. But
yeah, but because I thought I figured that because irregardless of Snow, I don't like that damage nerf or what. So I decided to just go for it.
I mean, your main strategy basing around Xerneas is not bad, but I guess once the Snow started kicking in, maybe you started to panic a bit and you try to go for the hard reads. I'm not saying that the hard reads are bad. In fact, I think they were phenomenal and was what gave you the edge and the opportunity to win game 1. It's just that in game 2 and 3, when you tried those, Matthias was able to punish the fact that your Lunala was choice locked and, you know, kind of see what your Lunala pick to its move and then adjust accordingly from there.
Yes, correct. So what you said is choice specs. So there's only one move that can be used on.
Yeah.
So on game 3 we had lead the Xerneas Lunala again, which I did on game 1. So I thought that he would probably switch that
Into the
Amogus to
Incineroar, yeah.
yes, correctly, which I went to focus blast on it. But then after that, after that turn, I know he used protect on it and I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah, totally. Because once you lock this into Focus Blast, there's no way you can touch the Amogus and
yes, correct.
you have to switch out and there's a huge loss of momentum in that.
Yeah, correct. And that's where he can getting on of all the Snow and all those.
Yeah, well, do you think you could have done perhaps anything better aside from that? I mean, aside from also not geomancing without the power herb.
Yeah, I understand about that, but yeah.
I mean, okay, for example, would you have thought maybe bringing a different set of Pokemon, like maybe Ferrothorn instead of Smeargle?
Yes, I actually considered Ferrothorn instead of Smeargle, but then I just realized that I just find that I'm too used to Smeargle's utility where what it can do. Yeah, and
Understandable.
yeah, and Ferrothorn, I mean it does go through the rage powder stuff. Yeah, but I'm actually too afraid of that Incineroar because I realized that game 2 I couldn't leave the Incineroar out of the field that easily compared to game 1.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's which is why I didn't bring it in game 3 also.
Okay. So I mean, before we close out the interview, in general, any thoughts on this meta? What do you think is strong? What do you think is weak?
So for now, what we see is just Scarf Kyogre and this Lunala
Yeah.
Xerneas, right? So maybe it's time to have some anti of it. Yeah.
So counter teaming those Pokemon mentioned by Harrold, it seems to be the way to go for the meta.
Yeah.
Alright then, we'll be right back.